What's up, guys? This is Adam the Bees and Knees, and today we have our NPL-Minors playoffs round one. I guess it's round one because there would be 2 rounds in playoffs. So technically we're in the semis or something like that. But yes, so we are fighting for a chance to make majors. It's pretty much a second chance after the ace game. And we are facing, surprisingly enough, Greg, who had the stars aligned for this man to make playoffs. Turk lost certain games, Paul lost certain games, and of course Techno is ineligible, really making Greg the only actual option to make playoffs, because Techno there would be no point because he couldn't get promoted. And that game with Turk and Greg was pretty crucial, and Turk ended up actually losing, which sucks because I was going to sweep Turk with Agility Articuno, but alas. We are here versus Greg. Now, we faced him in like week 4. It was a very hacksy game on both sides. He froze my Mew twice with Porygon. I crit his Porygon 2, which was a roll, and then I crit the Conkeldurr with the Suicune Scald. And of course he missed the Air Slash, but that's not a big deal. But the main hacks was the crits and the freezes. So hopefully hacksless game this time around. We won like 3-0 against Greg. Of course the ending was a little bit weird, but no big deal. Greg's feeling healthy now, so that's great. We get to fight hopefully a true clean game, and hopefully I won't get completely pooped on like I did versus Ace, because that was a little embarrassing for such a big game. Nerves get the best of me, but what can I say? I really want it, but we're only human. So I actually have not battled Greg yet, or I would sound too sad or too happy in the team builder, and might as well, right? I'm not going to fight Greg or Greg's team again. So same team as last time. He's got Garchomp, which I think that if he will bring Garchomp, it's going to be Life Orb, and it will definitely have Earthquake and Fire Blast. The other moves, it could be a Stealth Rocker, maybe, because a lot of his Trick Room guys can just throw up rocks. Dragon Stab and Poison Jab are pretty viable options, I think, unless he wants to go like Iron Head, which he could run. I think it's pretty much the same thing. Mega Camerupt will come if he runs any form of Trick Room, because Camerupt just hits very hard. As dumb as the Mega is, so to speak, it's a wall breaker for sure. It also can set up his Stealth Rocks for him as well, so I don't know if Garchomp would, just depends on his team. Now, Porygon 2 was the biggest issue last time because he brought Modest, Max HP, Eviolite, I believe Bolt Beam, Recover, and Trick Room. And I think if you would bring a Porygon, that would be the most effective set, because it quite frankly was very effective in our game. Really the stalemate between Mew and Porygon 2 last time. Definitely could see Porygon 2 being a threat. It's fat. That's the biggest issue about Porygon. It's fat and can heal. And he did run Download to get that special attack boost, which hopefully my planning will not make that happen, but if he comes in on Skyline, no promises, right? Up next is Gyarados, his Z captain. He has used Gyarados exceptionally well. He used it versus Turk very well. It ended up pretty much cleaning the game. Of course, if it comes Z bounce 9 out of 10 times, I'd say, just because it's very effective at that Dragon Dance Moxie sweeping. And I really think that's what Gyarados is going to do this game. If it comes, I don't expect anything kind of out of the blue. I think he's going to bring effective sets. He's not going to try to go all out with heat, personally. So I think that I could be dead wrong, but I think Gyarados will come if he brings it and be his Z Bouncer with Dragon Dance. It could run Taunt. I think Taunt is a very viable option that only leaves stat move for Waterfall, which is optimal because, it hits Scarm decently enough with that anyway. That's Decidueye. His best Diggersby answer, more or less. So if he could run a max defense Decidueye, could be a defogger, could be a sweeper, kind of, or just a mid to late game, like Swords Dance or Nasty Plot set. I think Decidueye can come for sure. And it might probably most of the time would click U-turn or something. I know I've seen Haze Decidueye, which was very annoying to face, stuff like that. Necrozma will probably run Trick Room. Could be definitely a Calm Mind user with Psychic Dark moves, more or less. I think that's pretty effective. I think Psysha and Dark Pulse, Calm Mind, and then Moonlight, I think probably. Now, he could run screens like he did last time. He could run Trick Room. That's more or less what he's going to bring. Focus, I personally think, unless he's like mono Trick Room, will be his Scarfer. If it comes, I think Garchomp will be Life Orb, and I think Decidueye can be Scarfed. But if you look at my team, Togekiss matches up a bit better when it's Scarfed. He could beat a Nasty Plot that he was last time, but I think Scarf is decently good here. Could defog Air Slash, like Aura Sphere, Fire Blast, or something like that. I think could definitely come. Crawdaunt, it will either be Swords Dance or Dragon Dance, and it could come. He might be opt to not bring it just because it didn't do anything last game. Because my Altaria went in, he had Metal Claw, and it did like 2. So that's fun. If anything, he might run Swords Dance, because Dragon Dance was not effective. So I think Swords Dance maybe. Conkeldurr, I'm pretty sure it was Flame Orb last time it came. I think Conk's a decent threat against my team. It just hits hard with that Flame Orb. He's weak to D-Spike, so if he wants to kind of make advantage a little bit of what he has, Conk can come. I think Diancie is his least likely Trick Room user out of the bunch. But it can set up Stealth Rocks, Moonblast, Diamond Storm, hits my team pretty decent. I think a offensive or like modest Quiet Nature or something. And then Escavalier is a little spooky with the team I brought, not gonna lie. I do have a Suicune and Skarmory, so there is always that. Because Skarm can kind of hard wall Escavalier, especially because I have Whirlwind. But Escavalier can be a nice Altaria set. Probably AV or Akaberry if I would make a guess. So let's go to this team here. Now, alright, so straight off the bat, I was very stuck on my old team versus my new team. And it's pretty similar to the last team. I've made some tweaks. So I guess we'll start with the stuff I had before. Skarmory is a Natural Gift Water set. This, after Brave Bird plus Natural Gift, will straight up kill any variant of Camerupt. I will outspeed Adamant Crawdaunt, so if he's Swords Dance, I can get that Brave Bird damage off, and then I can Quick Attack. Now I have more defense than I brought last time, just because Crawdaunt's a bit of a threat. I think Escavalier can come, and if I max attack like I pretty much was last time, it won't be the most effective at walling it. So Skarm, I think the premise is that nothing can take advantage of Skarmory besides the Porygon. And the Garchomp, because Garchomp will have Fire Blast and L2 at KO me. Aside from that, I can Brave Bird the Conk, which is kind of nice. That's another reason why I have Skarm. Of course, a Flame Orb, Drain Punch will do a lot. But I think that with Roost, I can be okay. I think Garchomp's the biggest threat. And my Garchomp quote-unquote answer with Slash Gyarados answer is Suicune here. The whole point is that first off, Gyarados, I will not let set up. I will not do what Turk did. I have HP Electric as well, but I will hit that thing immediately. I will not let that thing have a chance to set up. I Protect, kind of for Gyarados' Z move, kind of for Trick Room, and another kind of for leftovers. Chunk some speed, and then a lot of defense. pretty standard sweeping here. If I get a couple column lines up, Porygon's gone. Could put in some work for sure. Up next is Choice Mana Diggersby. Diggersby got literally like 4 kills or 5 kills last game. I think it's effective just because if you look at Greg's speed tier, Necrozma, Togekiss, Gyarados, Garchomp, and everything else gets undersped by Diggersby. Of course, he has that nasty Crawdon's Aqua Jet and Conk Mach Punch. So it kind of depends on the team she brings. I think Diggersby is going to be my lead. If Crawdon comes out, it's going to be a little scary for sure because he can kind of Oko me. And so the rest of these mons have a little bit of theme going on. I have more Spadef slightly than physical defense. So Porygon does not get that special attack raise because that was really annoying last game and kind of just sucked. Up next we have Nihilego Hazard Stack because T-Spikes are good. Like I said, I want to try to get those up for Porygon. If I can at least poison Porygon, it makes the team a bit more effective in doing what it does. Dazzling Gleams did Conk. Tempted to put HP Ice on it. It's hard to call. I might change that. I gotta do a little bit of thinking before this game starts. But that's Nihilego, Speeds Garchomp and stuff. I mean, D-Gleam will do 50%, but I don't know. So, Altari is a bit different. Very similar set, just with Cotton Guard. The whole premise is if he brings those nasty things like Conkeldurr or the Crawdont, and even the Escavalier slightly, depends if he's Swords Dance or not, I can abuse them. I can set up a Cotton Guard in their face. This also can effectively deal with a Porygon because I can take Ice Beams pretty well. Cannot deal with Garchomp unless I'm already plus. And depends if he has Slash Scare or not, almost 1v1s camera depending on rolls, which is super cool, and Spadef drops from Earth Power. So yeah. Also, whoa. Oh, great. Hold on. Also, 248. I hate when that is that. Also, I can 1v1 a Psyshock across. And then, let me just make sure my EVs are good. Yeah, okay. So, late game plan. I'm not going to throw this thing out till late game. I have this Mew here. It OHKOs anything after Nasty Plot. Now, this is the first time I'm bringing Unium Z. So, it better be wild, right? So, the goal is that, first off, Crawdon and Conk can't prioritize me. More so Crawdon. I can OHKO that thing. I can OHKO a lot on his team with Nasty Plot, and even just Psychic under the terrain by itself. Now, I want to come in on something that I can kind of abuse. So Crawdon, well, no, sorry. Because I can't Psychic my thingy. But I want to come in on stuff like Diancie. Stuff like Togekiss, if he's not Scarfed, I have to Scout first, Scarf first. Necrozma, I can knock out Decidueye from a decent health point. I can knock out Gyarados because I have speed. Porygon can't touch me, but it's weird because like I don't want to throw it out because I know Porygon's gonna be an early game mon to deal with. So a little bit tricky there. I can do a lot to camera up and a lot to Garchomp, and rather than camera can do come close though. Signal Beam, of course, for the Necrozma, the Crawdon. Pretty much the only thing Psychic doesn't hit. Of course, there's Escavalier. So if he brings that, I have to deal with it. I have to check it in other ways. So that's a team build report. I will jump to the battle that I have not played yet. And yes, so looking forward to a hopefully clean game versus Greg. Hopefully I don't sound too sad when I play the battle. But yeah, also congrats to Dan. I will be facing him if I move on. Bye-bye. What's up, guys? This is Adam the Beast Knees, and today we will be doing our UB Whoa! Our NPL Minors playoffs, week 1 game versus Greg. I know you saw the team builder prior. Can I switch sides? Okay. So, Greg brought a bit of a different team than I expected. I was a little bit too focused on the likes of Camerupt, Crawdont. I knew Escavalier could have been a big threat, and it did come. We got to deal with that. He actually brought really no Trick Room at all. I think this is not Trick Room. Maybe, if anything, the last little duo here are a nice pairing. But I'm going to lead off with my Suicune. I wanted to lead off with Diggersby, but like I was expecting kind of like a Garchomp lead or a Decidueye lead or something. I don't know. No, not Decidueye, but so I led with Suicune. Should have probably led with Diggs. No big deal. T-Bolt doesn't do much to my Nihilego. I'm able to get up my my Stealth Rocks because his team is kind of doesn't care that much about T-Spikes besides P2 in this thing. And he reveals Defog, so that tells me a couple things. One, Togekiss is probably offensive. I honestly assume Scarf, and that's actually really threatening if my Nihilego goes down. Because flinching, yeah. I mean, he could still flinch my whole team down. So, anyway, I'm going to go... oh my god, I blinked out. So I go Scarm back to Nihilego, predicting Porygon 2, able to get up my T-Spikes. And yeah, so I kind of am scared of Swords Dance, so I do Whirlwind here, which is dope. He goes Togekiss. I don't really want to get Fire Blasted in the face, so I'm going to get Nihilego. He misses a B-Wave, which blows. But he'll end up paralyzing me now, so not the end of the deal. I wanted to kind of Toxic the Decidueye. Should have Power Gym there, I guess. Maybe. But this thing getting Toxic is pretty good. So I'm going to go into my Scarm, assuming he has HP Ground or just Defog here. I see he's going to Defog. And I do make a misplay somewhere. But so Porygon 2 comes out, I Whirlwind it out knowing it will come out. I should have just spammed the Whirlwind here because he goes back into Porygon 2 on my Brave Bird. So, Unfort. Now, I go Nihilego here, he goes Garchomp, and I set up my ID Gleam here, and ID Gleam again, predicting him to fear me getting parried or something. Don't want this thing setting up SD. So I get that Beast Boost. He goes Gara. Now, here's where it misplayed. I just sacked this thing off. I literally completely 100% blanked on this play. I do not know why I sacked it off. Once it died, I was like, oh shit, my rocks are staying on my side now. Yeah, I can't back up that play. Should have gone hard Suicune. Because I would have clicked. Hello. Alright, so click the HP Electric, snipe the Gyarados. I have to move on kind of quickly because someone just walked in. So Porygon 2 comes out, HP Electric. I have to switch. I go into Scarm here. Sorry guys, I didn't want this to be. I know I could take Ice Beam, so I click Return. But unfortunately, it brings a lot of the rock damage. Hopefully, you can hear me. And so I don't want this thing setting up if it has SD because it revealed Leaf Blade. So I go hard Alt, and I let this thing get parried, which is pretty bad. As I'm able to get off a nice chunk, but Altair is parried, so that's actually really shitty. So I have to set up with my Mew here, and he air slashes, and he goes hard Escavalier. Well, it was a gamble, kind of, but like I didn't really know what I was gonna do after this. If I switched to Scarm per se, I think it was kind of over at this point. So I should have Brave Birded twice here, but then again, Togekiss just kind of wins. As you'll see here, it does win. Sorry about speeding that up. Roommates just walked in. So, good game to Greg. Check out his channel. Very proud of my season. Looking forward to next season. I think from worst to third place is pretty good. Again, GG to Greg. And I'll see you guys in the UBC playoffs.